Ma'am, I said premium. Are you deaf or just incompetent? The man's voice slices through the early morning like a razor, cold, loud, meant to be heard. Alina stands still for a second, holding the receipt and trying not to flinch. Her uniform clings to her in the Texas heat, her name tag half peeled from the plastic. She's barely slept again. The baby woke up at 3:30. The car wouldn't start. Her 10-year-old has a cough. Rent's due in 6 days. And now this. I'm sorry, sir. It rang up as regular, but I can fix it. You can't fix stupid. The line is quiet. Two people at pump 3 watch with frozen faces. Someone behind the snack aisle peers around a bag of Doritos. A phone is already out, lens glinting in the sun. The man-tailored suit, silver cufflinks, wristwatch that probably cost more than her apartment glares at her like she spat in his espresso. This is why I hate stopping in places like this, he growls. No standards, no training, no pride. She wants to scream. Instead, she breathes. Sir, please step inside and I'll... He grabs the receipt from her hand like it offends him. Don't touch my car. Then he turns and walks away, mumbling, too poor to matter. The door slams behind him. 10 minutes later, she's crouched behind the counter, trying not to cry in front of a shelf of travel shampoos. Her manager, Kenny, pretends not to have noticed anything. Hey, he's just another jerk in a suit, he mutters, sipping Mountain Dew. He said it loud, Alina whispers. People filmed it. Kenny shrugs. Could go viral. Maybe you'll get a GoFundMe. Stranger things have happened. She doesn't want a GoFundMe. She wants to go home. She wants her old life back, the one before the hospital bills, before the funeral, before her husband's heart gave out in his sleep and left her with 3 kids and not enough anything. Ma'am, I said premium. Are you deaf or just incompetent? The man's voice slices through the early morning like a razor, cold, loud, meant to be heard. Alina stands still for a second, holding the receipt and trying not to flinch. Her uniform clings to her in the Texas heat, her name tag half peeled from the plastic. She's barely slept again. The baby woke up at 3:30. The car wouldn't start. Her 10-year-old has a cough. Rent's due in 6 days. And now this. I'm sorry, sir. It rang up as regular, but I can fix it. You can't fix stupid. The line is quiet. Two people at pump 3 watch with frozen faces. Someone behind the snack aisle peers around a bag of Doritos. A phone is already out, lens glinting in the sun. The man-tailored suit, silver cufflinks, wristwatch that probably cost more than her apartment glares at her like she spat in his espresso. This is why I hate stopping in places like this, he growls. No standards, no training, no pride. She wants to scream. Instead, she breathes. Sir, please step inside and I'll... He grabs the receipt from her hand like it offends him. Don't touch my car. Then he turns and walks away, mumbling, too poor to matter. The door slams behind him. 10 minutes later, she's crouched behind the counter, trying not to cry in front of a shelf of travel shampoos. Her manager, Kenny, pretends not to have noticed anything. Hey, he's just another jerk in a suit, he mutters, sipping Mountain Dew. He said it loud, Alina whispers. People filmed it. Kenny shrugs. Could go viral. Maybe you'll get a GoFundMe. Stranger things have happened. She doesn't want a GoFundMe. She wants to go home. She wants her old life back, The one before the hospital bills, before the funeral, before her husband's heart gave out in his sleep and left her with 3 kids and not enough anything. By noon, the video has been posted. By 2, it's been clipped, subtitled, shared. CEO flips out on gas station worker, says too poor to matter. His face is everywhere, on TikTok, on Instagram, in furious reaction videos. Some people defend him, say she probably deserved it. Others flood the comments with outrage. Alina, she hides in the break room, shaking. At 4:20 p.m., her phone buzzes, unknown number. She doesn't answer. Her son texts, "Saw you on TikTok, you okay?" She replies, "Yes, it's fine." It's not. That night, the man from the video, Nathan Pierce, CEO of Pierce Group Energy, is asked to comment on national television. He smiles through his teeth. "It was a misunderstanding. Stress. I've apologized." He hasn't. Alina watches the interview on a smudged screen in her sister's kitchen while her niece does homework at the table. No one's asked what she felt. No one's asked who she is. Just some poor woman with a gas pump and a cheap polo shirt. She's a ghost in her own story. Until 2 nights later, when everything changes. The road cuts through the edge of town like a scar, flat, sun-baked, lined with bent fence posts and dusty brush. It's almost midnight. Alina's minivan chugs along at 40 miles per hour. One headlight is dim. The AC squeals like a trapped mouse. 2 of her kids are asleep in the back seat, strapped in with thrifted booster seats. Her youngest, Mila, is awake, fussy, breathing shallow. Alina hums softly, fingers white-knuckled on the wheel. She's not supposed to be out this late, but Mila's cough got worse, and urgent care said to come first thing in the morning, as if poor kids schedule illness. She turns onto the service road fast to shortcut home, and that's when she sees it. Headlights, skewed, motionless, off the road. The car is half submerged in the ditch, nose down, passenger door crumpled like paper. No hazard lights. Steam hisses from under the hood. She slows. There's no one else on the road. No one else coming. "Stay here," she whispers, pulling the van over. Mila whimpers. Alina grabs her phone, 3% battery, and shoves it in her pocket. She runs toward the wreck. As she gets closer, the shape becomes clearer. A silver luxury sedan crunched into a tangle of barbed wire and branches. The front windshield is cracked, but intact. She peers in. There's a man slumped against the steering wheel. Blood drips from his temple. His hand twitches once. Alina doesn't think. Her body moves like muscle memory, the kind buried deep from another life. "Sir, can you hear me?" No response. She tries the driver's door jammed. She circles to the passenger side, which is bent inward. A tree branch spears the door frame. She wedges her shoulder against the back door and shoves. It groans, opens a crack. Enough. She climbs in. Her knees crunch against broken glass. The man groans, blinking, confused, disoriented. She checks his pupils, pulse, airway. Still breathing, still here. "Try not to move," she says gently. He blinks, focuses, barely. Her hand brushes his wrist. His watch is cracked. Her eyes register the name. Nathan Pierce. Alina freezes for half a second, then keeps working. 10 minutes pass in a blur of tension and instinct. She stabilizes his head with a scarf, uses a plastic toy shovel from the minivan to wedge open the glove compartment and find his emergency info, pulls his legs carefully free. Her breath comes fast. Her fingers bleed, but she doesn't stop. When the ambulance arrives, she's already flagged them down with her hazard lights and jacket. Paramedics rush in. She steps back. "Are you the one who called it in?" Alina hesitates, then shakes her head. "I just saw the lights." "She's gone before they finished loading him into the ambulance." Back in the minivan, Mila cries softly. Alina presses her forehead to the steering wheel. She saved the man who humiliated her, the man whose voice replayed on every screen. Too poor to matter. And now, she mattered enough to keep him alive. But he doesn't even know it was her. And maybe that's exactly how it should stay. Nathan Pierce wakes up to the soft, relentless beep of machines and the smell of antiseptic. The hospital room is white, too white. His chest aches, his right hand is bandaged, and there's a dull throb at his temple. A nurse stands beside him, typing on a tablet. She doesn't look surprised to see him awake. "You got lucky," she says. "Airbags, and whoever pulled you out stabilized your neck just right." Nathan blinks. "Someone pulled me out?" She nods. "Yeah, no name. Gone before we arrived, but without them your spine might have snapped." He exhales, staring at the ceiling. Something flickers in the back of his mind. A face, a voice, he can't place it. Only remembers the feeling of being lifted, steady hands, a voice saying, "You're okay now." Calm, focused. "Was it a man?" he asks. "Nope." The nurse smiles. "Definitely a woman." By the next morning, Nathan is online. He posts a message to his verified social media accounts. "To the woman who pulled me from the wreck on Route 7. Thank you. I don't know who you are, but you saved my life. I want to find you. Please reach out." No questions, no cameras. The post goes viral in less than 6 hours. Most comments say the same thing. She doesn't want to be found. Let her be. You don't get to rewrite your story now. And then someone reposts the old video. The one from the gas station. Too poor to matter. The comment section erupts again. Nathan watches the footage in silence. He sees himself, the suit, the anger, the condescension, and then the woman. He doesn't remember her face that day, just the irritation, the heat, his ego. But now the face in the video and the hands in the car feel the same. He plays the video again and again. 3 towns over, Alina watches the same clip on her cracked phone. This time, the top comment has changed. What if the woman who saved him was the same one he humiliated? She shuts the phone off. Her heart pounds. Her sister Clara notices. "Is that him? The guy from the accident?" Alina nods slowly. Clara frowns. "He wants to find you?" "I don't want to be found." "You should tell your side." "I don't have a side," Alina says. "I did what I knew how to do, that's all." "You used to be a paramedic." "Used to be." Clara folds her arms. "Maybe it's time to stop pretending you're no one." Alina walks to the sink. She runs water over her hands, watches the red wash away from a small cut she didn't notice last night. "I'm not a hero," she says. "No," Clara agrees. "You're something scarier. A good person." That afternoon, a local paper publishes a new version of the story. An anonymous source, someone from the EMT team, confirms that a woman helped at the scene. She gave no name, wore a faded gas station polo, left without waiting for thanks. The pieces start falling into place, sir. People compare screenshots, zoom in on the uniform, the hair, the posture. By evening, her name trends. Alina Harper. But she stays quiet. She turns off her phone, pulls her kids close, bakes cornbread, washes the same cup 3 times. Outside her trailer, the wind hums through the dry trees. Inside, her heart beats faster than it has in years. She didn't want recognition, but now the world is looking. And Nathan Pierce, the man she saved, has just stepped out of a town car on her street. Alina hears the car door close before she sees him. The kids are napping. The dishes are done. The air outside is still and heavy, thick with that strange pressure that comes before summer storm. She steps out onto the small wooden steps of the trailer, and there he is. Nathan Pierce. No suit, no driver, just jeans, a plain button-up, and a stiffness in his posture that says he's not used to standing still this long. They stare at each other for a few seconds. Neither of them moves. Then he lifts a hand in the smallest wave. She doesn't return it. "I'm not here for the press," he says. "Good. They're not here either." He nods, swallows. "I didn't recognize you at the station." Alina folds her arms. "That's the point, isn't it?" He flinches, just a little. She steps down the last stair. They stand now a few feet apart on gravel. "I didn't come to apologize because of the cameras," he says. "I came because I needed to say it to your face." Alina doesn't interrupt. She just waits. "I was wrong," he says quietly. "About you, about a lot of things." Her voice is calm, flat. "You said I didn't matter." He looks her in the eye. "I know. You said it like you believed it." "I did." A beat of silence. "But then you saved my life and left. No name, no photo. You could have made me look like a fool in front of the world, but you didn't." "I didn't need to," she says. He exhales. "I didn't come here expecting forgiveness." "Good, because I'm not giving it." He nods slowly, as if he expected this, maybe even deserves it. "I just wanted to say thank you," he says, and ask, "Is there anything I can do?" Alina turns her head, glancing at the screen door behind her. "My kids are asleep," she says, "and I've got dishes to dry." "I didn't mean today. I meant for you. Your future." She narrows her eyes. "You don't get to buy that back." "I'm not trying to." Another long pause. She softens, barely. "I was a medic once." His eyebrows lift. "Before everything, I lost my job. My license expired. I worked nights. Took care of my husband until he died. Then I took care of the kids." Nathan's voice is quiet. "Why didn't you go back?" She shrugs. "No time, no money. No one saw me as more than a gas station worker." "I do now." She studies him. "I don't need a favor," she says, "but I won't say no to a second chance if it comes on my terms." He smiled, just slightly. "That's the best kind." She nods. "Then you can go now." Nathan hesitates, then turns. Halfway to his car, she calls out, "Mr. Pierce." He stops. "I still don't forgive you." He nods. "Understood." "But I'm not done with you either." A flicker of surprise crosses his face. "I'll let you know when I am." Then she turns and walks back inside, barefoot on the wooden floor, her spine straighter than it's been in years. The envelope arrives 3 days later. Plain white, no return address. Hand-delivered. Alina opens it at the kitchen table with a butter knife, her kids arguing softly in the background over who gets the last toaster waffle. Inside, a folded letter, a second sealed envelope, and a business card. She reads the letter first. Alina, I've spoken with the head of the regional EMT training program. Enrollment fees, licensing exams, and the recertification course all covered. No strings, no interviews, no PR, no press. They'll be expecting you if and only if you choose to walk through the door. Your past didn't disqualify you. Your strength proved you never left it behind. NP. She doesn't react at first, just stares at the page. Then she breathes. Not relief, not shock. Just something steady, like something inside her had been holding its breath for years. And finally, it lets go. At the orientation meeting the following week, she wears the cleanest clothes she owns. Dark jeans, her late husband's button-down shirt, no makeup, hair tied back, a notebook in hand. The woman at the front desk doesn't know her story, doesn't recognize her from any video, doesn't ask questions. Just slides over a packet. Name? Alina Harper. She says it clearly, not like someone who works behind a counter, like someone who knows what she's doing. Welcome back, the woman says, smiling. That night, she parks outside the training center and watches the lights in the building dim as the last students trickle out. She hasn't called Nathan. She hasn't responded to his letter. But she writes a note. Just one sentence. If I pass, it'll be because I earned it, but thanks for clearing the door. She drops it in the mailbox across the street. No name, no signature, but he'll know. Meanwhile, Nathan Pierce sits in a conference room on the 46th floor of his glass tower, surrounded by board members and strategic advisors. He's quiet, focused. Not the same man from the gas station. Not the man who once said, "Too poor to matter." On his desk is a copy of Medical Human Interest Quarterly, open to a small article in the back. Headline: Former paramedic returns to the field after viral moment. It wasn't heroism. It was just what I knew how to do. He smiles, faintly. No one else in the room notices. But for the first time in years, he doesn't need them to. 3 months later, Alina rides in the back of an ambulance, gloved hands working fast, voice steady, as she communicates vitals over radio. Her partner, a younger guy with wild hair and a heart condition, looks at her like she's made of steel. They save a man on a sidewalk who collapsed during his morning jog. When the crowd clears, someone asks, "Who is she?" "Just the medic," her partner says. But Alina hears it. And this time, that's enough. It's a charity event, but not the kind with champagne flutes and red carpets. This one takes place in the local recreation center, white folding chairs, a too loud microphone, and streamers hung slightly crooked across the stage. The city council invited Nathan Pierce as a keynote speaker. He shows up in a navy blazer and no tie. His company just funded 3 new ambulances for rural routes. PR team begged him to wear a tie. He didn't. He isn't here to sell anything. He's here because Alina agreed to speak. And that, he knows, is a gift. She walks on stage in clean scrubs, no spotlight, no teleprompter, just her voice, low, calm, like always. "I'm not great with speeches," she begins. A few chuckles from the back. "I used to be a medic. Then I wasn't. Life happened. Bills, kids, loss." She doesn't mention her husband by name. She doesn't need to. Then someone reminded me that what we lose isn't always gone. Sometimes it just waits until we're ready to pick it back up. She pauses. In my worst moment, I was told I didn't matter. A hush settles. I believed it for a while, but Then something strange happened. I helped someone who'd said that to me, not because he deserved it, but because that's what I knew how to do. She breathes. And that's when I remembered who I was. Applause starts soft, then spreads. She nods once, modestly, and walks off stage. Nathan catches her near the water table. That, he says quietly, was more powerful than any press release I've ever read. She raises an eyebrow. And I didn't even use bullet points. They share a brief smile, real, not forced. He offers his hand. She doesn't shake it. Instead, she pulls something from her pocket. A patch. The kind medics wear on their jackets. Texas EMS certified. I passed, she says. His eyes shine just slightly. I never doubted. I did, but not anymore. She tucks the patch away. I've got a shift tonight, she says. Real emergencies, not podiums. Be safe. I always am. She walks out into the parking lot where her sister waits with the kids in the van. The sun is setting. Her son waves. Mila's asleep. Alina gets in and drives home. No cameras, no news crews. Just pavement and sky. Later that night, Nathan finds the patch on his desk. Not the same one she showed. A second one. Folded neatly in an envelope or no note. Just a message unspoken. She didn't want thanks. She wanted space to become herself again. And that finally is what she got. Have you ever helped someone who didn't deserve it? Or been underestimated only to prove everyone wrong? Tell us your story in the comments. Because sometimes the quietest people make the loudest impact.